You know what? Since last week, this band has got recommended like nobody's business. Okay, so last week I was introduced to a new form of metal that I didn't even know existed. And it was not only a new form of metal, it was culturally very different as well. And it was called kawaii metal. And it was the Japanese band Baby Metal. Different on so many different levels. And after I did that, suddenly the comment section went a bit mad. And I was receiving lots of people saying, oh, if you like something interesting, if you want to discover a new style of metal that is culturally very different as well, you should check this band out. And of course, regular viewers of my channel will know full well that for me, this is a journey, right? I mean, I only started this channel a few months ago. I'm really a classic metal fan from the 80s who kind of stayed in the musical or rock and metal wilderness since the early 90s. So I've missed out on so much. So when people are saying, hey, there's something new that, I mean, it is totally different from what you've heard before. Yeah, I want to hear that, man, because this is part of the journey I'm on, I want to experience it. So this is what I'm going to do today. And the band that was being recommended a lot was a band called Bloodywood. Bloodywood. In my head, I'm thinking a piece of 2x4 or a baseball bat with blood dripping off it. But no. Bloodywood is actually a play on words because this band is from Asia, not from Japan, but from India. And in fact, to be more precise, from New Delhi. Yeah. And India, of course, is the home of Bollywood. Yeah, Bloodywood, Bollywood, play on words. There you go. That's where it comes from. So, Bloodywood are a 3-piece studio band, but they tour as a 5-piece. So I'm guessing the 3 guys in the studio, like main members, do a lot of the multi-instrumental work. And then they hire like touring musicians. Obviously, they can't do everything when they're on stage, but cool. And they've been described as being new metal, folk metal, and rap metal. Folk metal. Now, I'm wondering about folk metal. I don't think there'll be folk metal in the same way as Nightwish, for example, which is very Celtic. Or at least the one song I've heard of folk metal from Nightwish is very Celtic. But because this is Indian, I'm assuming this is Indian folk style. Of course, it's where they're from. And new metal, like I explained a minute ago, I kind of left the rock and metal scene in the early 90s and have only just started coming back. So I've heard of new metal, but I don't know what it is. I don't know which bands are new metal. So the fact that this is a new metal band, I suppose I don't really know what to expect. And rap metal. So rapping with metal. And of course, my only memory of rap and metal was, or rock, was Aerosmith and Run DMC. And I remember Anthrax and Public Enemy teaming up. So that's as far as my rap metal goes. Or rap rock, or whatever you want to call it. Okay. So the band was formed in 2016. But their debut album was called Rack Shack, and it came out in 2022. Okay. And the song I'm going to check is called Donna Dan. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Which is obviously off this debut album. And apparently it's a song that tackles social and political topics. Social and political. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. cool. Ooh, that riff, man.
I put a fist to the face of a rapist, and yeah, I take this for the viewing pleasure of the nameless faces, he disgraces, and yeah, one day I may change his kind with my mind, but I won't bow to the beast, never make peace and feast on if you're gonna let it eat to the white beat, but I gotta beat another beat, I'm gonna get the home in the seat, dead meat, till the leak going off like a time bomb, white heat,
Sitar? Oh, man. This is, oh, blimey. There's some ferocity there. Oh, how cool is that? Where's that riff? This is energy, yeah? Okay, this is the rap part, of course. That's a real naughty riff, isn't it? Is that a sitar I'm hearing? I don't know my Indian instruments. This is really heavy, man. What a mixer. That riff is so naughty. Chanting. Is that? Keyboards as well.
Yeah, now if you're straight, time to turn back and run with the pack. It's time to fight, yeah, we got the ammo to stack. Fuck every man for himself, it's every man for every man and everybody else, everybody else. I raise a fist for the nameless faces. He disgraces, raise a fist for the nameless faces.
Aggressive rapping.
And yeah, one day I may change his kind with my mind. One day I may change his kind with my mind. Raise a fist for the nameless faces. He disgraces, raise a fist for the nameless faces. He disgraces, and yeah, one day I may change his kind with my mind. One day I may change his kind, but until then.
Oh, I love that riff. Yes! And the chants as well. Oh. God. Blimey, that was one charge song, wasn't it? Ho-ho! It takes no prisoners. Blimey. What a mix of and layers of different stuff. Bloody hell, Bloodywood. Man, I like that. That's impressive, huh? Oh, it really packed a punch. Where to start with that? I mean, the vocals go from screaming to rapping. I mean, I'm thinking classic 80s metal vocals. Yeah, if I compare, I mean, Tom Araya had that kind of vociferous voice. Chuck Billy from Testament as well. Still slightly different, but maybe this is, like the new metal that I am totally unfamiliar with. Maybe this is an element of that. And the rapping gives it a bit of a US tilt. I'll be honest with you, I don't understand rap. I've never have. And I from what I hear, and I'm no expert, anytime I hear rap, even if somebody isn't American, they sound American because of the way it's always delivered, right? But I mean, it is delivered with a lot of ferocity. You know what I mean? And yeah, the riffs in this, man, are vicious. They're brutal, man. Very cool. And the folk element. Now, my knowledge of traditional Indian instruments is I only know the sitar. That's why is this a sitar? I mean, it's definitely a stringed instrument, it comes in. And there's also a wind instrument as well, which I've definitely heard in traditional Indian music. I've heard. And there's also, I mean, you hear rock drums, but I think there's also some other kind of percussion going on, right? So it is very layered in terms of what they're putting in this. So excuse me if I'm not picking up something, or I'm looking into it too far. I don't know, but it sounds like there's an extra drum beat or something in there. And those vocals, the female vocals that comes in that section, man, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. I mean, when you think about it, that whole traditional Indian sound has been used in rock in the past. I mean, Led Zeppelin borrowed that kind of element. I mean, I'm thinking the song Kashmir, when Robert Plant is using that vocal range, which is very reminiscent of, I would say, is that region of the world. And it was used to great effect. But of course, this band is from India. This is their heritage. This is their culture. And I really, really like that, man. It didn't seem out of place either. That's the great thing. None of the traditional elements is out of place. And it's so different. It is so different. I do want to check the lyrics. To be honest with you, I didn't check the lyrics. I was just so overwhelmed with all of the music going on. It is supposed to be some kind of social commentary. So let's have a look, shall we? Donna Dan. Ooh, okay. I put a fist through the face of a rapist, and yeah, I tape this for the viewing pleasure of the nameless faces he disgraces. Okay. And yeah, one day I may change his kind with my mind, but I won't bow to the beast. Never make peace. It feasts only if you're gonna let it eat. So the wife beater bout to get a beating on the beat. I'm a get him at the home and the street. Dead meat, delete, going off like a time bomb. White heat, choke 'em out like a python. Bonafide homicide, then we're gonna ride on. Up into your mind, and then we're gonna fight on. Whew. Well, that's pretty heavy social commentary, isn't it? I think it's pretty obvious what it's referring to. It's they're speaking out against abusers of women, and Okay, from my limited knowledge of Indian culture, I mean, I do occasionally see things on TV, on the news, and I've definitely seen women protesting in the streets in India about abuse and about, let's just say, chauvinism running through India. And that chauvinism sometimes is elevated to, well, degrading women. And I've seen it on the news. And it must be, yeah, if it's on international news, then it's a big deal. And these guys are discussing the matter or singing about the matter. So it's a big issue in India. And kudos to the band for taking it on. Good on them. I mean, it's kind of like a revenge thing, right? They're saying, yeah. But is that because they believe the institutions and the authorities don't do anything about it, so they have to act like vigilantes? Maybe that's also the point of this. That they have to seek these abusers and punish them because the authorities don't do anything. Maybe that's also a message. I mean, I'm just guessing here, but okay. Oh, the chorus is all written in it must be Hindi, I guess. That's the main language. I would assume New Delhi is Hindi area, right? Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm looking at the text. There's a lot of. Basically, this is a song about fighting abusers and I suppose hoping to change society. So they are highlighting a big issue in India here. And I suppose my question would be, is this also about the authorities not doing or taking it seriously? Is that the reason why this is kind of a vigilante song? You know, because in society, if it's considered bad and the authorities are hard on it, then you shouldn't need people to go out into the streets and take the law into their own hands, right? Just assuming. So that's. But man, yeah, I mean, it is a very aggressive song. And now reading that text, yeah, there's a lot of anger, a lot of pain, huge amount of aggression, and it comes across. And I'm now wondering that female vocal part is just adding that element of, yeah, these women we have to protect. They're beautiful. It's a beautiful section in the song, isn't it? Yeah. Good on Bloodywood for taking on this subject, man. I mean, when I think of controversial subjects in metal, you know, I immediately think of Slayer taking on the Angel of Death song, for example, which was another reaction that I did a couple of months ago. And the same way I said good on Slayer for taking it on and not being afraid of it, because yeah, you can't hide from it, right? And well, this is obviously a very big subject for Bloodywood. Hey, I really enjoyed that song, man. I mean, the baby metal song was totally different and totally culturally different, and again, this is totally different and totally culturally different in another way, and that's great. That's great, man. So thank you for that recommendation. Isn't it amazing how something organic appears? Because baby metal was kind of I wasn't sure where to go with that. And then from that, I've suddenly discovered Bloodywood. This is why I love my channel. Thanks, guys.